Well, hey there. My name's Greg Orloff. Let's go see what I've been working on in the studio. So for today's demo, we're going to be creating jump rings. And jump rings are basically links that are combined with one another to create chain or necklaces. So here are the tools that you're going to need. A cordless drill. A steel dowel rod, which you can get from any hardware store or automotive hardware store, with a hole drilled here at the base. A spool of binding wire, which you may get at any Lowe's or Home Depot. 3/0 saw blades. A jeweler's saw frame. A pair of vice grip pliers with a wide nose. And one of these nifty thrifty jump ring cutting jigs. I'll get to that in a second and explain it further. So cut yourself a length of wire, maybe about 3 feet's worth. And also you will need a bench vise. This is going to be utilized to both cut the jump rings and straighten our wire. And I'm going to go ahead and straighten the wire right now. So lock it in there, make sure it's tight, and also safety first. So step back, get your wide nose pliers, and place them into the jaw. I like to wrap the back of the wire around the nose of the pliers just to really make sure that it's in there and it's not going to slide out when I pull on it. Now, the reason why we're straightening this wire is due to the fact that it is rolled into this coil and it's kind of lumpy and it's not straight. And in order to make perfectly round jump rings, the wire needs to be straight. So give it a few good yanks. And I also like to, pull it just for good measure. Just pull off the vice grip or the pliers. Come over here and release it from the vise. So once your wire is straightened, get your cordless drill and lock it into the bench vise. You don't need to put a whole lot of pressure on the drill because you don't want to crack the housing. You just want enough so that it's not going to go anywhere. Next, get your steel dowel rod with the hole drilled into it. Put that into the drill. Lock that in. Now, this is where the magic happens. So place the wire through the hole and wrap the one end around the back, like so. Next, slowly begin to turn the drill. And slowly just let the wire feed around itself. So once you have wound your coil, snip it off the dowel rod, and we're going to take it over to this jump ring cutting jig. This is simply a piece of 2x4, which I have notched a V into, and then placed a piece of plexiglass here in the front with a cut into it as well. The plexiglass serves as a spot where we can basically pin this coil up against to, and then firmly hold it as well as we cut each jump ring. This will make more sense once we go into a close-up here. Alright, so place your coil down into the V. I like to pin it with my middle finger on the back and my index finger right here, about a quarter away from the end. Slightly applying pressure towards the plexiglass. Take your jeweler saw and slowly begin to cut. The key with this is to cut one ring at a time. Do not try to cut all the rings at once, as you'll probably break the blade. it's also important to try to hold the saw at about a 45-degree angle. A little more or a little less than that isn't going to hurt. You'll figure this out as you begin to utilize this method, what works for you. Once you've cut a few jump rings, remove the saw and remove your jump rings. And repeat. So there you have it. It's as easy as that. Go cut yourself some jump rings.